How do you define the clinical foundation on which your practice lays? That is a question that physicians worldwide are there to conceptualize, to debate, to essentially debacle as they walk their lives in practice. Our resonant philosophy, or what could be more aptly named our house of resonance, is grounded in a hierarchical system of health. But you may ask yourself, what is that philosophy grounded in? Its goal is to nourish the body towards ideal health from the cell out. I have always found myself immersed in the beauty in the fact that within each biochemical array of chemical reactions that comprise life, there are but endless feedback loops, endless alleyways, endless entry points for the opportunity to optimize. Each pathway in a way crafted by the eye of an artisan to ensure seamless adaptability to the endless options of environments one may encounter in the epic, which is life. Why is the star in our philosophy in the empowerment of the physical system with whole food? By sustaining the body with whole food, the feedback loops of life are fully nourished. Pathways are uncongested, unburdened, pliable, and modifiable to the circumstances which life may encounter in any given moment. The frontier of nutritional science is uncovering the innumerable metabolites that support life's vast array of biochemical reactions. The field is no longer limited to the macro and the micro that we've all come to know and love, but rather is immersed in the biosphere, which is the metabolic landscape of the cell itself. Uncovering how the vast and various aromatic flavonoic, alkaloic, polyphenolic bioactive compounds found in whole foods nourish the cell towards a state of supreme adaptability. Science has come to understand that you are no longer how your genome defines you, but rather how you choose to express the genome that lies within you. And the first choice in how that genome is expressed is the whole foods that you choose to sustain you. In a world where more than 50% of the food supply is adulterated with one form of a pesticide and/or biological toxin, choosing whole food strategies of premier quality is a step forward to a more nourished self. Sadly, due to the world we live in, whole food strategies aren't enough. Along with an adulteration in the food supply, we are living in a world of scarcity of premier state whole foods. Where once agrarian practices and policy were focused on quality, our industrialized monoculture has chosen a path of quantity, leaving once nutrient-dense soil to become overly reliant on synthetically derived fertilizer. This leaves our cells crying out for more, but they're crying out in a cage of physiological stress, emotional burden, spiritual paradigms that constrain the ability for the cell itself to fully express itself. We live in an environment plagued by electromagnetic radiation and environmental burdens from what's in your home to what's in your closet, which ultimately compromise the system, the hierarchical potential of the cell itself. This is where premier state supplemental strategies are instrumental to ensuring a body is well nourished to take on all which life may throw at it. And where does one start in building a program once they actually find a product of superior quality, a product that has that premier state nutrition? This is where our resonant programming comes into play. We first look to ground the body in our house of resonance and whole food strategies, which in our premier state nutrient formulas, you will find that whole food is the pillar piece to each one. From there, we seek to optimize the fluid mosaic system, manifesting the mosaic of health itself with the cell membrane. Once the cell membrane, the environment of the cell itself, is housed in a foundation of radiance, we look to balance the bioterrain of the body, ensuring that the cell environment is constructive for cell-to-cell communication. As with any organization, just like the body itself, communication is vital for radiant health systems. And as a final process, we look to sustain the body, looking to sustain the symphony by optimizing the digestive health of the entire body. From there, we want to enlighten the entanglement, working on detoxification strategies, untangling the webs of emotional, spiritual, physiological burdens that may ultimately constrain the health hierarchy of the body itself. We want to look at immune modulation or immune priming, making sure that the body has what it needs to be adaptable, pliable to the stressors that it may encounter in any given moment. Long-term health optimization is achieved by going back to these pillars, looking at the premier foundations of our philosophy and constantly refining those strategies to ensure that the body's feedback loops are nourished, sustained, and radiant. The artistry of amplifying the cell is a calling for those that operate in that craft to help achieve those and help to empower those to a vibrant life.